The Zoombinis Maths Journey. Brain-building puzzles, jam-packed with fun. And there's a second CD with stuff inside of it. Zoombinis Maths Journey. This is an interesting game about logic, using logic to solve puzzles. In fact, it even says there, previously packaged as the logical journey of the Zoombinis. I believe what it means by that is that this is the exact same game as the logical journey of the Zoombinis. They just used to call it that on the box, but at some point they decided to change the name to the extremely misleading Maths Journey, because this game has nothing to do with maths. You don't use maths at all. Maths is the British for math, by the way, if you couldn't figure that out. There's nothing. It's all this game's about is just using logic to figure out how to solve problems. There's no numbers, there's no 1 plus 5, there's no anything like that. So they decided to... I guess that parents weren't buying this because they thought that logic wasn't important. Yeah, they were thinking, the teachers don't teach my kids about logic, it's just maths and English and art. Don't need logic there, none of that. The mothers of the children were saying that in that exact voice when they went to the shops and saw this game. So the creators of the Zoombinis cunningly decided to rename it Maths Journey, because that's something that the children do have to do at school. So the parents bought this. That's my guess. The Zoombinis printable activities. So you could... So this version that I got, this deluxe Zoombinis pack, came with the game and a separate CD of printable activities, which I remember just not caring at all about that. It's completely meaningless to me, so I obviously it's worthless. I notice it says there's 4 all-new difficulty levels in the back, but like the original game had 4 difficulty levels. There's nothing all new about that. That's meaningless marketing speak. Will I ever be able to read a package for something without criticising the advertising tactics behind it? It's extremely unlikely.
Okay, so, Zoombinis. Hip hip, Zoombini! Whoa, radical! Yeah. He's my real cool radical Zoombini! Radical Zoombini! He's my real cool radical Zombini! Radical Zombini!
He's my real cool radical Rick! He's my real cool
guarantee you that one thing nobody...
He's my real cool radical Rick! Radical Rick! Radical Rick!
Oh, foolish mortal, you didn't even record the size of the screen in advance. I'll fix that. The logical journey of the Zoombinis, which is called Zoombinis Math Journey in my CD, the repackaged version of the exact same game, comes with the repackaged version at least comes with an extra special feature, which is probably not well known that it exists, and for good reason. The Zoombinis Maths Journey printable activities, where we get to partake in various printable activities. I remember this thing being a pile of garbage that I didn't touch. I didn't even bother doing anything with as a child. But my memory has lied to me slightly. It's not as garbage as I thought it was. It's surprisingly reasonable. Here's the logical Maths Journey printable activities here. The reason I think I didn't care for this thing is because it's a giant bunch of printable activities. I think I was upset looking at this image here that you couldn't click on the screen and make it do something itself. I wanted to see pretty lines connecting the Zoombinis and flashy sounds. I wanted to see a little green mark beside the thing when I completed it, so that I felt I'd meant something, but no, it didn't do that, and because of that I just didn't care. But as you can see, there's a impressive number of activities here. But the catch is that the computer doesn't recognise you're doing anything. So, but it's time I did what I did not do as a child, and complete the printable activities, or at least have some, let's at least play them on the camera. You'll never see them otherwise. They're named by the difficulty system of the game itself. They use the difficulty levels of the actual Zoombinis game. They're very strangely named, the difficulty levels. The very easiest of which is called Not So Easy. So let's have a look at the Not So Easy maze. Can you draw a line that connects the matching Zoombinis from start to finish? Alright then, let's try that. This is the start at the top left. That is a Zoombini. with a purple nose and a roller skates and a... He's got a female character and a cartoon eyes. I'll think of someone to fit that bill later. And he's got Wally McMullins hair. So Wally McMullins is there, and he's there, and he's there, and there, and here, and that, and those, and these, and thys, and theirs, and therefores, and why flars, and who flabs, and kumquats, and bagel mince mats, and follow the trifections of previously animatized indicantias. And we completed the maze. With logic. As you just noticed. Not so easy patterns. Each row of Zoombinis is arranged in a pattern. Can you draw the Zoombinis who complete each pattern? Let's make an attempt at that. We've got Wally McMullins here again. Then we've got Ronald McDonald nose. Ronald McDonald doesn't have a purple nose. He's got the droopy eyes, the cartoon dog Droopy. If you've heard of him, he's the dog that goes... What does he say? He goes, I've forgotten what's his stupid catchphrase he says before he clobbers someone to death off screen? That makes me mad. Something like that, I think. I think that's the only thing I know he says. So anyway, that's him. Fiawo. And then Zacliel was the same eyes and hair. They've all got the same eyes and hair, so they're going to be the same. And their noses alternate colours. See, the first one's purple, the second one's blue, then it's purple again, and then blue again. So this will be purple. Same thing with the feet. It's got normal feet first, and then wheels. Normal feet, then wheels. So it's normal feet. And then the final one will be the blue nose and the wheels. Now you can just take this one here, and he's there, and then he's there. And the second one, there he is, and there he is, and there he is. Simple. And it's... looks like the same thing with the rest of them. Oh wait, no, the third one's a bit different. No, look, the third one's similar. The rotor blade copter, helicopters one with the Caillou hair. No, Caillou doesn't have any hair. We'll call him Caillou for now. Caillou here is first and fourth, and then Johnny Bravo is second and fifth, and that girl from Peanuts is third and sixth. So, that's that. Family Trail. Let's have a look at the family trail, why don't we? Family trail. Zombini babies look like each one of their parents in at least one way. Oh, I didn't know about this. Hey, we're getting some insight into the Zoombinis. Into the biological, genetical mechanisms of the Zoombinis. That's interesting. We're getting some backstory fleshed out of the Zoombinis. Their character development. So Zoombinis do indeed have children. That's canon. Take that down. It's good to know. They always have at least one identical feature to their parents. I see. It's the glasses here. It's the... very upwards, rather sad-looking glasses. They look kind of upset, don't they? Snoppo and Fitwoo. Can you tell what the babies of these two Zoombinis might look like? Oh wait, sorry, they're the parents, forgive me. They're both the parents. They're going to somehow perform their actions to get a baby. Well, we've got at least... we've got both of... wait. They look like each of their other parents. Okay, so each one... a baby of these two will have two features... where one of both of those features comes from one of the two parents. Okay, so that one... oh, forget this, I can't be bothered, I didn't see why I didn't care. There. Not fluxolography machines. Okay, transmogrification machines. After a Zombini takes a ride through a fluxolography machine, something about it just isn't the same. Look at the fluxolography machines on the left. Each Zombini has changed in some way after passing through the machine. You know, the way they've drawn this, they've actually gone and drawn that machine there, which doesn't appear in the game, I believe. Makes me wonder if some of this is based on cut games that they decided they were planning to include in the main game, but they just took out. I've got a feeling that machine was drawn in order to appear in the real game, but it could be wrong. Anyway, so look at the fluxolography machines on the left. Yes, I see them all on the left. Each Zombini has changed in some way after passing through the machine. Mrs. Peanuts girl here. What were the girls' names in Peanuts? I don't even know. Peppermint Patty is the only one I know, so that's Pepper Patty. Or Pepperty. Pepperty is her name. Pepperty's got... I'm going to name them based on their hair, and possibly their eyes. Pepperty is green nose now. The female Wrecking Ball from the N64 classic Iggy's Wrecking Balls, QT was her name. She turns into Caillou with a little bit of hair. Or haired Caillou. And then Johnny Bravo becomes Johnny Bravo with glasses. So what happens with these twerps? Okay, I see. How can we predict what the machine on the right is going to give out, given what the machine immediately to the left gave out? Well, that one on the left turned the nose from orangey red, no, red to green, so it's red to green nose. Hair from QT to haired Caillou, so yeah, haired Caillou hair. Yeah, that's simple. This is easy. I don't know why I expected it to be anything but easy, considering it's the easiest difficulty level in a small children's education game, but I did actually. I tend to go into things expecting to have a hard time. I don't have much confidence, I suppose. I just always assume it's going to be difficult. That's my first assumption. And then if it turns out not to be, then I'm surprised every time. Who is who? Can you figure out the names of the 3 Zoombinis below? What? Oh, it's one of these logic puzzles. Well, it is appropriate, the logic stuff we're getting in this. I thought that maze at the start wasn't very logical, but it's getting that way now. So Wacklu is between Usney and Swilled. Swilled is not on the left. That is not Swilled on the left. Oh wait, right. We know that's Wacklu because he's between them. And we know that Swildy is not on the left, so Swildy's that. And then Usney is the other one. Okay. Hints and answers. Oh, hey. They're going to give us the... They're going to spoil all of the solutions? Well, seemingly not, because there's nothing here. They've only got to print it in order to get the solutions, so stuff that. Stuff that grab gadge.
Hip hip Zombini!
I love the narrator in this game.
Hip hip Zombini! Ah! Hip hip Zombini!
It just makes you want to hug him. He's so likeable. They made a sequel to this. I hope he's in that. I hope he is. I want to hear more of the big narrator man. Oh so hard. We're on to the second difficulty level of the Zoombinis now. Oh so hard. The Zoombini making. Oh, more Zoombinis babies. You gotta wonder how the Zoombinis get their babies. What do they have to do to each other to make babies happen? What even determines the gender of a Zoombini while we're on it? Is it their hair? Because there's some of these ones that have manly looking hair. Like the Fuzzle McLump patch or whatever it ever called it. The Wally McIntyre hair, whatever. I mean, I just made up that name out of nowhere. But some of them have got the Wally McGinty hair. And the female looking eyes. So what decides it? What's the clincher? Maybe it's the feet. Maybe the women all have rotor blade feet. And the men all have other things. Whatever, how they get the babies somehow or other. Maybe they went into that in the sequel. How do they have sexual intercourse? Mix and match. Maybe a stork delivers the babies. Mix and match these sets of Zoombini parts to create new Zoombinis. I don't want to do that. Patterns. Each one's made in a pattern. Cut out the Zoombinis at the bottom of the page and use them to fill the blanks to complete the pattern. So not all the Zoombini... What's the point? What's the point? There, you want to do all these? Do them. You can print these out yourself. Just take a snapshot of the... Just take a screen... take an Alt plus print screen key combination on your keyboard, kids. To take a picture of the current state of the video and then put that in Microsoft Paint and print that, and you can do these activities on your own, or give them out to your own babies, which anybody that grew up with this in the 90s possibly has at this point. Zoombini babies looks like each same parents. Can you draw the parents? I can't do that, no. It's more. Oh, it's just the same puzzles with more hardness. Well, let's just... Oh no, it's a new one. Very hard. Can you arrange the Zoombinis in the grid so that all of them are not the same? I hate these things. It's a magic square. Let's just cut to the chase, why don't we? It's the Fleens! Oh, the secret club of the Fleens! The meanest of the Fleens! Have a... do the narrator voice, of course.
The meanest of the...
What is his voice again?
Empire, all ready to eat? The meanest of the Fleens have a secret club, and only allow the same kinds of Fleens to enter. The Fleens in the top row are in the club. The Fleens in the second row are not. In what ways are the two groups of Fleens the same? In what ways are they different?
That wasn't quite how he speaks, but we'll be getting plenty of chances to practice that later. Well, whatever the puzzle was, I'm not doing it. Who's my neighbour? It's Mr. Rogers! Mr. Rogers' game! Can you arrange the Zoomini pieces so that each is similar to its neighbours in at least 2 ways? No, I can't do that. Each of these Zoombinis prefers a different sport. Can you figure them out? Baseball, archery and others. It's more logic. You must have to print out the hints and answers to get them. It won't just show you them on the screen. Okay, this is very, very hard one now. Let's get to the Supreme Righteous Super Hard Ultra Deluxe mode. This is the biggest mode that Zoombinis has to offer. The super hardest. Hardest of the hard. The Zoombinis lunch game.
Zoombinis like to play a game at their favorite cafeteria. Each Zoombini in line chooses 4 different dishes for lunch, based on a pattern they have secretly decided that morning. From the Zoombinis and lunch choices shown above, can you figure out what the Zoombinis will have for lunch today?
I mean, this Zoombini. 4 different dishes for lunch. Or each Zoombini's got the 4-course lunch. They secretly decided on a pattern. Okay, well, this one's choices are going to be in some way based on the choices of the Zoombinis above that have the similar features, facial features. If I didn't mention this before, every Zoombini is just a blue egg with hair, eyes, nose, and feet. And the hair, eyes, nose, and feet is the only thing that differentiates them, but it's that matters. The whole Zoombinis game is about using the differences and similarities between your little group of Zoombinis, be it the nose colour or the feet, the nature, using those similarities and differences to figure out what happens to ones with certain features, and then using that to get through the puzzles. And it's a simpler thing here. We're going to figure out what Pepper Platy here wants to eat from her similarities of the Zoombinis at the top. Starting with her peppermint platter hair. There's at least there's 2 girls up there that got the same hair. I noticed they both have an orange as their second thing, and they both have a... What even is that? Is that a cliched Chinese takeaway box? Is that Chinese writing? I can't... Or is that a couple of screwdrivers coming out of that? What even is that? Let's just assume that it's a mangled ferret for lunch. Mangled ferret. They've cooked it and made it clean and stuff, but it's a mangled ferret. So orange and mangled ferret is probably going to be the second and third courses for that girl. Then a green nose. There's 2 Zoombinis with green noses. And the sad eyes as well. Or the tired, droopy eyes. 2 Zoombinis with droopy eyes. It's these 2. That and this. Both got that in green. So, let's see. Oh, they both have a cucumber for the second course. Have to think a bit harder about this one, but they also both have a cupcake for the final course. Oh, how sweet. How cute. Let's see. There's 2 that have... 2 Zoombinis with orange noses have the popcorn for that. Well, I guess if we've got a conflict here, right? The 2 Zoombinis with green noses have cucumber for the second course, and the 2 Zoombinis with peppermint plock flip hair have the orange for the second course. So how do we tell which one this has? Well, I think we've got to look at the other similarities between these Zoombinis at the top. Like the 2 that have the green cucumber, also they've not only got green eyes, but they've green noses, but they've got droopy eyes. And the girls that have oranges they both got peppermint patty hair, but they've also got sunglasses. So let's see, there's nobody else with sunglasses, so we can't tell what they would have. But, I don't see any other Zoombinis with the same features as these 2, besides these 2. So I don't actually know which one I got to choose. I honestly don't know. How do we decide if it's oranges or if it's cucumbers? Well, I think the cupcakes are a safe bet. I'm thinking that she'll want the cupcakes. Because she's got no features in common with either of the two ones that want the popcorn at the end. Besides, well, she's got features in common with one of them, but none with the other. Yeah, she has nothing in common with that other girl that wants popcorn, so I'm guessing that that's a red herring or something. I don't actually know though. So we figured out she wants cupcakes as the final. Let's see, bananas are desired by... Oh wait, maybe we can use further logic to figure this out.
Hip hip whoa! Hip hip Zoombinis! Zoombinis!
I just used my super logic powers to realise something more than what we've known. I've got good news. I think I might have an idea. The Zoombinis with the... We might only have 2 Zoombinis with peppermint patty hair that like oranges, and we've only got 2 with the green nose and the droopy eyes that like cucumbers, but we could see if we can discern what particular facial feature it is that has to be in common in order to share the second course, because let's see, we've got a Zoombini at the top that likes bananas, oh, and then there's a second one that also likes the bananas, oh, bananas! They're very much desired by the Zoombinis. They both have the excitable female female eyes. They both got female eyes and nothing else in common. So female eyes, let's see, yeah, look, there's that Zoombini, has an apple as a desired, and an apple at the second from the bottom. They both have the Cyclops eye. They've got the Cyclops policeman's eye from the Adventures of Jay and Play. So there's Cyclops eye, so it must be the eye that's in common. So, our main character, our plucky Plarblad at the bottom, has got the droopy eyes, so she must like the cucumbers, because it's the cucumber vegetables that like the droopy eyes. So excellent. Cucumber is the second course. I'm figuring it out. I'm getting there. Now then. So we can finally decide on the cupcake mystery. The question is, does our Zoombini like cupcakes? Well, let's see. The 2 Zoombinis that both like the popcorn have orange noses. The 2 Zoombinis that like pretzels have blue noses. The 2 that like ice cream have purple noses. Aha, so... Yes, I was right! Yes! Our Zoombini has a green nose, and the green noses like the cupcakes, so I'm proud of you, Zoombilette. No, I'm proud of you, Arctic-Woo. I'm proud of you. You like cupcakes, and you like cucumbers. It's an interesting combination, but you never know what kind of wacky stuff you're going to find. It's an interesting combination, but there's more crazy combinations of things with cupcakes out there. That's a pretty crazy combination, but there's crazier things to mix cupcakes with out there. That's a pretty crazy combination, but I suppose there's more crazy things to mix cupcakes with. That's a pretty crazy combination, but I suppose there's more crazy things to mix cupcakes with. Now, what is the next thing? Let's have a look at the first courses. First course. The trick is to just look at both of the Zoombinis that share the same item for any given one of these 4 items, and see what they've got in common, and find out if all the Zoombinis that share the same first course have the same shared feature. These mugs of coffee are both from purple-nosed propeller bottoms. These juices are both from, from bicycle legs Zoombinis. The bicycle legs have drinks, and the spring-kneed ones have that drink, and the soup cans have normal feet. So, normal feet, soup cans. It's the Campbell's soup can like Andy Warhol drew. And now, third course time. Third course. That one, they've both got the Wally McIntyre hair, These two burrito lovers have both got the female, the QT from Iggy's Wrecking Balls here. Those two hot doggers have got Johnny Bravo here. These two have soup, and they've got the Caillou with a little bit of hair. Maybe Caillou took some hair growth serum. He took a hair growth formula, and he got a bit of hair. That's what happened to Caillou. Maybe his parents were feeling ashamed of him or something. That's not a very good message for the kids. You shouldn't be ashamed of being bald. But anyway, the point is that Peppermint Patty here, like the Chinese takeaway screwdriver construction kit thing, whatever on earth that is. So I believe that we've successfully concluded then that this one, she likes to have, when she has her lunch, she likes to have a soup can with a cucumber and a screwdriver mechanics bladed instruments kit and cupcakes. So that's an interesting combo, although in some level I think I get it. And I think I know what she's going to do with the last two, but I'm not quite sure about how the cucumber and the soup fits in, but I'm sure she knows what she's doing. You go off and have your lunch, Zombini. This is whatever her name was. These puzzles are too hard for me though, I'm not going to do the rest of them. There's the babies, there's a web, the Zombini web. Can you perform logic? No. And then finally the hints. I'd like to actually see if I got the correct answer with that thing, but I don't want to print it. What's this? Match the mayor. Multiplayer. Oh, it's multiplayer games. Match the mayor. What am I supposed to actually do? Oh well. What's this now? More Match the mayor. Multiplayer Zoombinis. I guess this is if you want to do a Zoombinis tabletop role-playing game with your friends, your fellow 8-year-olds. And roll your dices and chant magic Zoombini spells and whatever on earth else. I don't know. Just playing Zoombinis, I guess. 2 questions, okay? Or 20 questions. The Q is meant to also be an O. Detective Zoombini. Nothing there though. Am I missing something? There must be more like Zoombini rules. There's nothing here. What happens if I click print? I know it's just gonna try and save an XPS document again. That's what it does every time. Oh, I think I've crashed it. Zoombinis don't have what it takes. Come on. Yep, it's saving XPS. I don't want to save XPS. What's that? Oh, it's one of those foldable cube puzzles. It was a puzzle to me in primary school when I tried to assemble one of these things. Let's leave that. What are these? Zoombingo! Oh, it's bingo, okay. Well, I don't understand what you're supposed to do with these. There must be instructions on the printable version. But either way, that was a bunch of Zoombinis logic puzzles. So that's the end of that. There's the credits for those. That's all the credits. Zoombinis. Excellent. That's the Zoombinis complete. Except it's not, because we've not even done the real Zoombinis yet. That was just the Zoombinis. That was the Zoombinis prologue. That was nothing but the Zoombinis appetizer. If that's wet your whistle for some more intense Zoombinis logic action, packaged as being maths action when it's actually just logic, then you've come to the right place, because it's time for some more Zoombinis fun. Let's play the logical. Let's play Zoombinis maths journey, which is the disguise. The disguise that it's wearing. Let's humour the Zoombinis. It used to be called the Zoombinis Logical Journey. The logical journey of the Zoombinis, but it's going through its midlife crisis now, I believe. It's ashamed of itself and its identity, and so it's put on a stock 1930s detective trench coat thing, you know, the orange trench coat stuff, the hat, and it's deciding to call itself the Maths Journey now. It wants to find a new identity for itself. Well, let's support the Zoombinis on the journey of personal discovery. And let's play the actual Zoombinis game. The real deal. Zoombinis Maths Journey. Except let's install it first. Why don't I just show all the rest of this? Why don't I tack off the closing fanfare of this video with the showing of the installer program for the real Zoombinis game? Why not? Let's just let it load. There he is. Zoombinis. Brotherman. Oh, did I already install it? I guess I did. Well, I guess we're diving head over heels into the unable to initialize graphics. Oh, blast! I think that probably means I'm going to have to install this on Windows 98 after all, but maybe not. Oh, no, I don't want that. Flower box things. The display, no. Let's try the medium colour. Let's see if it's able to handle that. Can it take the heat? Can the Zoombinis work now? With the 16 colour mode? No, unable to initialise graphics. Okay. Yeah, I'll install this in Windows 98 and see if it works. Let's hope that the sound is okay.